Welcome to Exploring Consciousness. My name is Alina Redenchuk, and today we have with us Daniel Flash, the master and founder of Sensory Energetics, which is an energy healing groundbreaking technique that uses precise stimulation of the nervous system to ignite healing and release blockages. His work is shifting paradigms in holistic healing and consciousness. Join us to see how our own body's energy can heal our emotion, our mind and spirit. Welcome, Daniel.
Hello, Alina. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm glad to share this knowledge with the world.
We are so happy to have you. So, Daniel, can you tell us about your personal journey that led you to create the Sensory Energetics?
Yes, of course. All right, so first, I was born in Argentina. Actually in the Amazon forest, in a little city called Misiones. And at that time, when I was 3 years old, my parents moved to the capital city. And maybe because of that reason, I started to behave very bad. In kindergarten, I used to fight with my classmates. I come back home all hurt. So my parents decided to take me to learn martial arts, so I can learn the discipline, the respect, and the philosophy of martial arts. So I stopped fighting in kindergarten and I started to fight in championships. Then I was 6 years old and I was already national champion. And then when I was 15 years old, I got the chance to represent my country in the World Championships in Korea. So imagine, I was born in the Amazon forest, kind of like Tarzan. And then at 15 years old, I was able to go to Korea, a world that is totally new, and then so many characters everywhere and color and another world. And it was totally mind-blowing for me. I won the World Championships, I'm a world champion. And then I decided to someday go back to Asia.
Your journey starting from Amazon forest going to a championship is really exciting.
Yes, exactly. So I felt like my life changed so much, and I wanted to go back to Asia. So I continued my studies. I went back to Argentina, and then I learned Korean. I learned Korean for around 6 months, and then I realized that the future of the world, the language, is the Chinese language, because people are going to start doing business in China and all these things. So I learned Chinese instead. And then when I was 17 years old, I won a scholarship to go to study in Taiwan. And that's how I changed my life even more. From my 17 years old, I moved to Asia and I've never been back. And that's when my real journey started with the martial arts. And I went to try to find a lot of secret arts of martial arts. So I found a lot of masters and I learned a lot of secrets. And these secrets, they used to be part of the national treasure, family treasures. And they share only with people that they follow you for many years, or just family members. And then at first, I thought it was all about martial arts. But then I realized that the knowledge of the human anatomy and the knowledge of the energy is not just used for martial arts, but also for healing. So health and wellness are the opposite side of martial arts. And that's when I started to understand more about the yin-yang and about how the same energy can distract or to heal. And then through the years, I continued studying and I developed myself. And then I can tell you more about sensory energetics if you want.
How does the sensory energetics differ from other healing techniques, maybe such as Reiki technique or any other healing method?
So in my time in Taiwan, I got the chance to learn about energy, secret techniques about energy, Buddhist exercises, Taoist exercises, somatic therapies. So sensory energetics, it's a combination, it's a way, an algorithm that we put together so that people can use this knowledge very quickly. And then you have different arts, for example, Reiki or Kundalini or other energy practices. And the big difference with us is that this is Chinese medicine. And this method of Chinese medicine is not using our own energy, and it's also not using the energy of the source. We are not channeling anything, but we are using the magnetic field and the energy of the person, of the own client. And we will make the client's energy to flow naturally around the body so it can unblock potential blockages that that client might have. And that's how we differ mostly from energy practice. But sensor energetics is also a body practice because we stimulate the nervous system directly with different touches, taps, caresses, squeezes, and a lot of different things to make the body react and start the self-healing process.
What means really activating the nervous system? Could you tell us firstly what is the role of the nervous system in a human body, and why do we activate it?
Okay, so for me, the brain is like a battery, and the nerves are like cables. And the brain is sending signals to all the muscles, to all the organs all the time, so we can respond. Some people, they got somehow disconnected, brain and body. There is a disassociation. So they start having a lot of different issues. For example, they don't understand what they feel inside, or sometimes they don't have sensations. If you touch your skin and you don't feel anything, something is going on. If you don't have emotions or you have too much emotions, then also something is going on. So the goal of sensory energetics is to balance the body, to bring everything back so you can come back to that perfect balance between your brain and your nervous system, your nerves.
I have noticed that you are taking your hand and doing a certain touch or a caress on certain parts of a person's body. How do you know which part of the body this person has a blockage or a health problem or an energetic problem? How do you know?
All right, that's a very good question. Lately, because the world is changing, it's evolving, and then the world is starting to accept more these healing modalities, energy modalities, and somehow there are some modalities where the body shakes. We have vibrations. But in sensory energetics, we are able to recognize where there is more activity, which areas are more needed, and which areas they have a lot of vibrations. So the same, what we try to find is a balance between the parts that they have a lot of vibrations and the parts that they don't have vibrations at all. And once the body balances by itself, then all the system will work naturally. Do you understand? You got what I mean? Okay, so basically, we first make the person enter into an alpha state. We make them relax their body and relax their mind. And once they are relaxed, we will stimulate with different touches, taps, caresses, and different ways in specific points, which are the acupuncture points, because I was saying this is Chinese medicine. And when we tap in certain areas, the body will start reacting. At first, the body will have twitches. The twitches are very similar to those little movements that we have when we are sleeping. So you are sleeping and then suddenly your body starts to twitch. And then maybe you wake up, nothing happened, you continue sleeping. The reason of the twitches is because of the brain is trying to understand that the body is still there. So sometimes we have these sparks of electricity in our nerves and the body shakes. So by starting the therapy, we make the body first have these sparks, these twitches. Once the body has twitches, Then with different point stimulations, we make the body start to have vibration. And once the body has the vibration, we are able to make the body have a smooth wave. The smooth wave, it's actually sending electricity to those parts of the body that needs more attention. For example, when we start working with one client, it's usual that they will have vibrations in one area of their bodies. For example, the chest. And possibly that the most activity will be focused on the chest. And why not the legs? Why not the hips? Why not the spine? It's because that area needs to be awakened. So we will work it, we will send the electricity to those areas that need more attention. So during the therapy, in the first session or the second session, we will be sending this electricity to different areas so that they can all respond, they can all have similar vibration, and the full body can be connected.
And how does such session, how long does it last, such a session? How long does it take to an individual to have a session of sensory energetics and feel that the body is balanced, or the energetical side aspect of the body is in balance? Or is it different for each person?
No, we take around 1 hour. 1 hour session. In 1 hour session, we are able to start the self-healing process. Of course, depending on what the person wants to focus in, they might need a little bit more of time, less of time, but usually each of our sessions is between 1 and 1.5 hours.
Is there an algorithm behind such session?
Yes, exactly. So right now we are in 46 countries. So we are covering the whole world, soon coming to Romania, by the way. and we follow, all our facilitators follow an algorithm. An algorithm is a series of steps that will make the body react faster. So we follow a certain a certain number of points, an order of points that will make the body react and start with the ignition. We don't talk much about activation, but we talk more about ignition. Because what happened is that, imagine that we set up a little spark in the body. And then once they have a spark, we can set them a little bit on fire, a little flame. Then after that little flame, we get more fire, and then more reactions. And that's when the person feel a lot of sensations. However, it's important to say that the sensations of the body, they're not just vibrations. We are not looking for the client to have vibrations. They happen. The idea of the sessions is to balance the body so it can start the self-healing process. Some people will feel heat. Some people will feel cold. Some people will feel itchy or ticklish. Different sensations. And most of the time, they will have vibrations. These vibrations can have small amplitude or very big amplitude.
Mm-hmm. Is there research that can back the can support the nervous system activation and neuroplasticity?
Yes, exactly. We are right now, actually, we are working with a university in Malaysia. We are making papers, and hopefully they will be published in magazines about medicine and Chinese medicine. So yes, we are working very hard for this to be published and to be ready for the public. Sensory energetics, it has a lot of things in fact. It has meditation, it has somatic therapies, it has energy work, it has body work. So each one of these parts are already proven, and all together we just increase the effects of the Chinese medicine. So we got a lot coming. and we got a lot of clients all over the world proving the system.
How does sensory energetics compare to Kundalini activation?
Okay, that's again another good question. I'm not an expert in Kundalini, so I know that there are many different schools, and they might be teaching different. But most of the time, for what I understand, is that people will transfer energy, will channel energy. So through the facilitator, they facilitate this energy to the client, and the client will start with the activation. Most of the time, because we have a lot of students and a lot of facilitators that they're also masters of Kundalini, they say that Kundalini, it gets more spiritual. In sensory energetics, we go more science-based. We explain everything with science. We explain everything with apps. And the results that we get are more physical most of the time at first. So we will try to focus in those specific problems that the people might have. Shoulder pain, back pain, chest pain, neck pain, or emotions. As well as work with the manifestation. So actually, sensory energetics, we work with three main aspects. Physical, so we cover any type of pain physically. Then the emotions, because when we tap the muscles, we release the emotions that are trapped inside, and that's why the clients will release different type of emotions. But the good thing with this is that we don't work on traumas by remembering or by talking to the client. We release the emotions without taking them back. So we don't open a wound, and we just recognize that they have a scar, and we let them release the pain, release those things that are bothering them without the need to go back. So they're always in the present, and that's very important, because we don't want that after sessions the client go back and then they feel even worse because they might be opening a wound from the past. No, we solve something directly. And the third aspect is the manifestation. We work with goals, futures, and desires that the client might want to work with.
Sensory energetics seems to be a very complex method, and it can ignite profound healing. How safe is it? Is this a safe method? Especially, there are people who carry with them pains and traumas from childhood, older, maybe deeper such pains. Is it safe for everyone to try the sensory energetics method?
Yes, we have amazing results from kids to people that are 90 years old, 92 years old. However, we have some restrictions. For example, people that have pacemakers or heart problems or Parkinson, pregnant women, all these people are better not to take the sessions or to take with a very advanced professional that already knows how to deal with specific issues like this. But for all the rest, it's good. It's suitable for absolutely everyone.
Is it also safe to try it at home after we learn it?
Yes, exactly. So it's not only about learning it to do it to someone else, but you can learn it to do it to yourself. It's a beautiful process, and it's like a tool. It's like a superpower that you learn to yourself. Once you learn how to do this to someone else, at the same time, you learn how to do the therapy to yourself. So it's a superpower that you can turn on and off all the time. You will be in control of your body in voluntary movements. And this will help you heal any pain that you have. I can tell you a little short story. I have a student, and one time we were in a coffee shop, and she's an advanced facilitator, and she told me, "Oh, my shoulder is so painful." she said, okay, I'm gonna take a minute to fix it. And she just closed her eyes, relaxed, send the electricity to the shoulder, and right in the middle of the cafe, a lot of people, she started having vibrations right in the same shoulder. And then she turned it off, looked at me, and she said, I feel good now. Let's continue. So just like that, it's like a superpower that you can turn on and off anytime. It's beautiful.
You have mentioned send electricity. For those who are not aware of what does this mean, send electricity, where do you take this electricity from and how do you send it to someone?
Yeah, that's another good question. All good questions. So our body has bioelectricity, and this bioelectricity flows around something that we call the fascia and the nerves. The fascia is this tissue that covers all our muscles and all our organs inside. Then this bioelectricity flows naturally in the body. But sometimes, because this fascia is sticked, the muscles are stick to each other and the fascia is too stiff, then this bioelectricity doesn't flow normally. And that's what we do in sensory energetics, actually. We release the fascia of the whole body, so the bioelectricity flows naturally. And once this bioelectricity flows naturally, you will be able to send this electricity anywhere, any part of your body. So you just focus, and that body part will have the vibration. It's not like when you see somewhere like they have full body activation only, but we can specifically send vibration to different parts of the body. So the body has innate healing abilities, and the body will go and find those places that need more attention, and the vibration will focus in those places that need more attention. But once you are advanced, you can mentally send those vibrations to different parts of the body. Plus, if you are not advanced yet, that's the work of the facilitator. They will help.
So we do have certain intelligence in our electric body that would do this healing by itself, but somehow it gets blocked in some places for some people. And then if a sensory energetics trainer would approach this person, the own electric body of the trainer, his own electric body, which is already being balanced, can also assist in igniting and balancing the client's electric body.
Yes and no. Technically, of course, it could be like that. However, when we work with sensory energetics, we teach our facilitators that we don't connect with the client. We just help them help themselves. So we are not healers, actually. We just help the client to start their own self-healing process. So we don't use our magnetic field to send our energy, but with our magnetic field, we move the magnetic field of the client. And by the touches and the taps, we stimulate their body so they can activate on their own. That's very important because, of course, if it's from our team, all of our facilitators are good. But that's a concern of some people. Some people, they might not want to work with other people that you don't know because you are afraid. You don't know the background of that person. You don't know where they have been. You don't know if their energy is pure. So you wouldn't want to allow someone to use their energy or to transfer energy to you if you don't know, is that a good energy for you or not? So that's why working with sensory energetic is safe, because we don't do that. We just help yourself ignite that self-healing ability.
Do you remember the first ever person that you have ignited the body's electricity, the first person that you used sensory energetics on?
Yeah, sensory energetics, it's an accumulation of knowledge of years and years and years So basically, it's been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients. But if I have to remember very well, already sensor energetic system, I remember one student, one facilitator client, and that client came to us uh, just because he wanted to try, he wanted to see what's going on with the body, why it's shaking. But actually, this client, he has a motor problem. His body was shaking all the time before anything, and it seems that it was something from the family, because the mom also had this shaking. They take a glass of water, they want to drink water, and you can see that they have micro vibrations. And his intention was not to fix that. He just wanted to come to try, because he didn't think that that was a problem for his life, because it was already since he was born, and it was not Parkinson. It was nothing that the doctor can exactly understand. And he just came to us, finished one session, he loved it. The next day, he stopped. He stopped having this vibration, and he said he couldn't believe it. And it was something beautiful and something amazing. But like that, we have so many cases that really astonish me. And because this is a natural full body therapy, every day we have new cases with new results. Usually, for example, we have clients that they come because they have back pain. Some people, they have back pain for years, for 10 years, 15 years. And this specific woman, this lady, she came to us because she already been trying to treat her back pain for 15 years. And she already went to doctors, to traditional medicine doctor, and they say that she needed surgery. But of course, she wanted to try something different, because surgery, it's a big deal. So she tried something more natural. And she came to us. And with one session, she stopped 15 years of pain. She stopped it with one session. So these things make us feel happy. Me, my facilitators, that we can really help people. And that's the goal of it, is to spread something that used to be a secret, but it's meant to be out there, because it's to help humanity.
It does. How does your method connect to altered states of consciousness? Does meditation or accessing altered states of consciousness, like profound meditative states, maybe solitude, can such practices help to understand or to deepen the sensory energetics method?
You know, in the world, there are so many people that they see practices like this. They see sensory energetics and people vibrating, and they will misunderstand. And that's why in the beginning, when we explain about sensory energetics, we talk about science, we explain why it works, we explain what's going on with the body, and we mostly say that we work with the physical body and with emotions and with manifestation. However, once we have practitioners that they've been in sensory energetic therapy for a while, they will start experimenting something different. For example, we have one amazing facilitator, very advanced, and is one of our mentors. She's from New York, and actually she started not long ago, but she already had maybe 50 sessions, giving and taking, and a lot of practice. And at first, it was movement. You can see that in the first session, people have a strong movements, strong release, but mostly physically. Then it can turn into something more emotional, release a lot of very deep emotions. And by releasing these emotions, of course, you're taking out a lot of weight from your shoulders, years of weight. But once you fix your body and you fix your emotions, your soul, then you continue with these practices and it will take your brain to the next level. She started to see geometric figures. She started to be able to talk to people, to see Einstein, to see Tesla, to see different like geniuses in the world, and it's like she's connecting with multi-dimensions. And these things happen to many of our clients, sometimes faster than to other people, depending on what is their goal. But of course, this therapy can take your consciousness to a different dimension.
Does sensory energetic create a bridge between science and spirituality?
I could say that at a certain point, yes, because what we know now in science, it's connected with some spiritual parts, but the spiritual part is so immense that for now science cannot explain it all. Even now, we are discovering new things that the Chinese people knew with acupuncture thousands of years ago. And before, it was more like a practice that it was not so recognized around the world because we didn't understand it. But now with science, we are understanding something that it was said thousands of years ago in acupuncture. Now, while we are into these states and we work, for example, with sensory energetics, we are recreating a cocktail of hormones in our body and neurotransmitters that they will spark a lot of sensations in our brain, and they will take our brain into another dimension, another world. But we can explain this with science. We can understand why our brain is actually going somewhere else, but only at a certain point, not that much yet. However, I think that with time, as we develop more and more, we will understand more, and then we will be able to see how things that we cannot explain now, we will be able to explain.
Definitely. So the brain actually is changing the brain waves. So we go into an altered state the time that we practice the sensory energetics. We are entering probably, when you say a different world, are you saying that about theta or even delta brain waves?
Yes,
a profound
exactly.
state.
Yeah, well, actually, it depends on the purpose of the therapy. Every time we have a session, the client needs to have a purpose, why they want to have this session. So when it's physically or when it's more emotional, it's not really necessary to go so deep. However, if you want to work with your heart, with your body, and with your soul, yes, we can go very deep and we can go into different brainwave states. We go to alpha, we go to theta, and then we can go deeper and deeper. And that's when your brain starts to see things and to hear things and to have different experiences. But the cool stuff is that while you're having these sensations in your brain, your body is working, your body is vibrating. So the frequencies are all connected.
Where is your next frontier? Where do you see sensory energetics evolving in future?
This question is related to our scientific proofs. My idea is to take sensory energetics very high so it can be recognized as Chinese medicine all over the world. So our goal in the near future is to be in the universities, is to be teaching sensory energetics in university and probably as a degree study.
A final whisper, what simple tip could you offer to our viewers today about starting to step on the path of sensory energetics?
This is something that we all need. We all need, because even though you might think that you don't have trauma, because nothing happened in the past. When you were a kid, you were very happy, etc. Our bodies get tension through the years because you go out in the street and it's noisy and there are cars and you hear so many dogs barking and so many things that little by little are influencing your body and taking this stress inside of you. So we all need to release this stress so we can be happier and we can be more successful. Because these blockages, this stress, this chronic stress, is not allowing us to go forward faster with our lives. So if you want, or anyone wants to feel better and see changes in your lives, then sensory energetic is something that everyone must do. And it's very simple. It's not so hard. Just need to let go and feel your energy and try to be happy. Try to enjoy every second of your life. Very simple.
Daniel, we are looking forward to have you with us in October at the Exploring Consciousness conferences, and we are looking forward to hear more of your amazing technique, and wondering if you will be doing like a short demonstration session during the conference.
Yes, exactly. So I want to do demonstration during the conference. So as I explain, I can also show how it works. And probably we will also be sharing a little bit so that all the people at the conference can feel somehow. But then after, we will have a seminar. And I will be there in workshop. And you're all welcome to come and understand more about this beautiful method. That it's not only to work with other people, but also to work with yourself. That's the first step.
So after you will be joining as a speaker during our conferences, you will be also offering a workshop, a 2 days module that will be on the 6th and 7th of October here in Brașov. And you will be actually not just offering a simple workshop, but you will be creating 20 sensory energetics trainers.
Exactly. We will have facilitators in Romania. It will be the first time that we're going to be there. Yes, first time, and an honor to be developing this beautiful technique in a new country so we can help even more people.
All right, so we are going to be expecting another 19 such participants that will become facilitators, because I will be the first one. You have convinced me with this efficient, amazing technique, the sensory energetics. So I would like to be your first participant, and I'm very eager to learn more. I also have a passion for the martial arts, and of course the unseen part of martial arts that is directly related to energy, and so I am twice as interested.
It's beautiful. I would be glad to have you as a first participant in this workshop in Romania. To the knowledge of the human body, it's amazing. We have so much that we have to discover still, but the things that we know are incredible. And having the power for all these things in your hands and in yourself is something so beautiful that is worth to research and to learn about it.
So thank you, Daniel. This was Daniel Flash, which is a true pioneer in merging the body intelligence with energy mastery through his technique, sensory energetics. It is more than a technique, it is an awakening. So we are looking forward to have you with us, Daniel, in October. And to our viewers, Don't forget, the greatest journey starts within.